Hi there, this is Savatron of Savatron Sabers, bringing to you today the Savatron Sabers version of the Corran Saber, based heavily upon the Genesis Custom Sabers version of the Corran. Is meant to look like a speeder bike handle, and so I've made one main modification to it that I feel makes it look more like a speeder bike handle. However, the original one that it is based on from Genesis Custom Sabers is still an amazing saber regardless. On mine, I decided for the quote-unquote throttle assembly area to look more like what I've seen on motorcycles and what I would think would be on a speeder bike. I basically went ahead and used a piece from Darth Vader, Return of the Jedi Darth Vader saber, and then just made it so that way there's a switch right above the screw hole, and it's a little tactile long switch which has been painted red, so that way you can turn it on, boot it up. You also have the D-ring. Pretty much everything else is the same on this as it was on the Genesis Custom Saber version. Only real main difference is going to be this here and my chassis system, which I designed specifically for this particular saber, which is pretty nice, I might say. Basically just unscrew the entire bottom handle and it reveals your entire chassis system. So you'll end up with, slide this sideways, speaker down here in the bottom, a recharge port right above it, your Nano Biscotti soundboard, or if you decide to order a different soundboard, your soundboard would still fit generally in the same area. Battery pack is right behind it. This particular one has a 18500 battery pack, but as you can see, there's probably just enough clearance for an 18650, although I don't recommend it just because then it might be a little bit too much space, which is why I went with the 18500. Then you have your accent LED and crystal chamber assembly right here, which will light up, and that is a real aqua colored quartz crystal. It is not acrylic cheap crystals, it is real actual crystals, and that's all attached to the upper portion, which the way I designed this is you can actually disassemble the entire saber basically with no tools, and the chassis system can disassemble. The switch and main LED have quick disconnects, so that way you can take apart the top, or quote-unquote the emitter matrix, and basically redo this however you want. You can take the chassis system out and just have yourself a nice empty hilt that you can do whatever you want with, and you can use the chassis system in a different saber utilizing MHS parts, which, as you can see, pretty much the whole saber is using MHS parts. Some of them are a little bit customized, like this handle here is obviously customized and painted. The emitter is customized, where I've added pretty much the same stuff that Mad Cow from Genesis Custom Sabers did for his. And then I'll just go ahead and boot it up for you guys so you can see the crystal and hear the sound font that I used on it, which was made by Novastar, called Resblade. And for this particular saber, I think it works because it's not supposed to be like a standard saber. It's supposed to be based on blaster and speeder bike parts. So I would assume it would sound different. And here you go. So that's the boot sound. And as I said, this sound font is created by Novastar. It's a really great sound font. I personally like it myself. You got the... Oop. Forgot. I got the blade plug in there that I make. Forgot to screw that down, but... And that's basically it. You can assemble it. And as soon as you put the bottom half on, it gets a lot louder. There's a great amount of resonance in this pommel. It's pretty much about a ½ an inch to a 3/4 of an inch of space between the bottom and the speaker. I'll go ahead and turn that off. So you can see there is a blade plug in there. So when you show it to your friends, it won't blind them. This saber is perfect for dueling. It's perfect for collecting. It's perfect for showing off. It is just a really nice lightsaber. I will be selling this particular one on eBay. As far as price goes, not too sure yet. But I will add a link in the description below. And I'll show you what it looks like with an actual blade in it. It will come with a blade. It will come with the full entire saber, blade plug, and charger. It will not come with the stand. Stand is just for display for the video. I never sell these stands because the person I got it from doesn't make them no more. And until I can get these duplicated, I will not sell the stands ever. But here is saber with a blade in it, so you can see how it looks. And as you can see, the coloring is overwhelming. It looks like the lights are off and just the saber's on, but the lighting from the saber is so overwhelming it changes the lighting effect in the camera. So when I turn it off, see, lights go back to normal. That is a super bright 3-watt LED. I don't use 5 watts just because they do heat up, and I don't use 10 watts for the same reason, they heat up. 3 watts good, lasts a long time, super bright. If you want a lightsaber that's going to work outdoors during the day, this would probably not be the one. It will work, however, anywhere indoors, whether you're at a convention or whether you're at a place where you're practicing, or if you're just showing it off and making yourself a review video or something. The saber is, like I said, completely duelable. You can duel with this heavily. The blade I sell with it is a 1-inch thick-walled polycarbonate tubing with the film on the inside. It is not going to bend all that much. I mean, you can see if I force it to bend, it'll bend. You get a little crinkle there, but that's because I'm forcing it to bend. When you're striking with this thing is nice and solid. It tip should not pop off. I'm actually developing a new way of keeping these tips on, which I will bring in a new video. On this one, not so much yet. It's just a standard blade that I usually make. All the parts are pretty much from the custom saber shop. Some of them are specialty parts that I've had made. Some of them are parts that I just found somewhere, which I plan to get made. So this is going to be the end of the review. If you like the saber, go ahead and like it. If you want, down there you can subscribe. Somewhere down there you can also hit like or dislike. And down there you can also leave comments. Any comments are welcome so long as you keep it PG, or I guess PG-13. Just no cussing, and don't get super negative because I'll delete it. But that is the Corran Horn Saber. I might refer to it as a different saber name, maybe a model number. SBH V2 for Speeder Bike Handle version 2. And that's basically it. Thanks for watching. More videos to come soon, and may the Force be with you.